What's going on, guys? Today we are looking at the second inform for Sigurdsson this year, and he's coming up next. So we are looking at the second informed Sigurdsson in this. Really like this card in general. I've been a fan of Sigurdsson over the FIFAs. He's managed to always get at least 2 informs, it seems, and he's actually a solid cam for very little price. I think his 84 currently goes for 30k. This is currently going on 63k for the Xbox and 47.5 for the PlayStation. Obviously, like I say in a lot of these newer player reviews, the informs are going to be a little bit more priced now. The Pro Moment SBCs coming out, and a lot more SBCs are coming out that require higher informs. So they will have a little bit more of a price tag than what we've discussed before. So I can really imagine this card to go to around about 50, maybe under 50, maybe just a little bit over 50 on the Xbox, just because it's the SBC. You can't make them too cheap because people will just buy them, and then more than likely he will go up again. Obviously out of packs he probably will go up again as well. It's only the second day they're in packs now, so we'll see a little bit of a drop, and then towards the end of the week they may look to push back up again. So we'll go into some basic information, and then we'll look at the attributes, and then we'll figure out what did I think of this card. So he's got 3-star skiller with a 4-star weak foot. He's right-footed with 6'1", and he has got a high attacking and defensive work rate. So let's just break that down. 3-star skiller, not the greatest for a cam, not most impressive in the world, but necessarily not everyone's gonna have skillers in their team. 4-star weak foot, I think it's good enough. Obviously 5 is somewhat better because it's 5, but 4 is good enough in my opinion. I think anything lower then becomes more of a negative than a positive, but 4 is perfectly fine for me. 6'1" is very nice for a cam role. Very tall, very physical. Well, actually, same very physical. Kind of average on physical when it comes to the stats, and I'll tell you what I think in a bit. High attacking and defensive work rate. Again, depending on how you have your custom tactics, I think it may have more of an effect if you don't have any. But obviously in this game, a lot of people are rocking them customs. I think it's something that's brought into the game a hell of a lot, especially seeing as though you can change the custom tactics straight away by just putting the attacking, ultra attacking, defensive. So it's something that really gets rid of them work rates a little bit. I think they do have somewhat of an effect, but nowhere near as much if you was just to play bog standard balance like that. So let's get into some of his stats. So starting off with a negative is his 66 pace. I think that is noticeable in this card. Necessarily, it's not a bad thing in the sense of you don't always need fast players, and I've always said that you need to play with the player of how he's going to play, not just like that was my first kind of wrongdoing in FIFA, is just getting pacey players. Not all the time they're going to be the best for you. Sometimes the best players are the ones that can actually do the technical side of it, rather than just managing to run past everyone and possibly not getting the ball or not getting the goal. So personally, for this player, in my mind, I don't need him to be absolutely rapid. It may help in some elements, in some situations of goal. It may be that little bit more pace could increase his chance of getting them goals, getting them assists, but for me, Sigurdsson's very much a very static player in the sense of he's got a wonderful pass on him, can ping a ball lovely, and that's all I really want him to do, is just sit there, get the ball in kind of like your just D area where at halfway line, and then possibly run maybe another third of the pitch, and then ping the ball off, and he's perfect at doing that. And I think that's how this card's designed for me. I really like his passing on this, and I think that is the major plus in this card. Plus, he does have a very nice long shot. So let's get into a few of them. So looking at the passing and shooting in the elements, 91 free kick accuracy, which is fantastic. Didn't manage to get a chance of a free kick with him. I've literally played like 4 or 5 games and didn't get one free kick where he actually could have had a shot. 90 crossing, 86 vision, 88 short pass, 82 long pass, and 91 curve. So that's his 88 rated passing. 87 shooting, which gives you 84 positioning, 83 finishing, 89 shot power, 93 long shots, 81 volleys, and 89 penalties as well. So you can see them merging together very, very nicely. With the pace, I kind of just want him to free roam in that middle. I want him to sit on the edge of the box when it comes to having the ball quite high in the defensive zone, and then I want him to kind of sit more in the halfway line, more towards their goal, rather than pushing back a little bit more than he probably would do without balance. And then I can just get him to ping a ball over. More than likely you have wingers that are fast enough, or you may have a certain striker that is gonna just beat the defenders for pace. He's very good at searching through that through ball, and I found that in a lot of the games that he played, he was just finding them balls that a lot of the lower rated players, like the 86s I'm talking about, just don't find. So that's something that I really like about this card. 90 stamina as well, which is fantastic. I think that is perfect in general. I don't think you need any more or any less for him. He's only got 72 strength and 61 aggression, but he felt more physical with the ball, and that's what I was talking about when I said he's got more physical. I actually didn't recognize that he had very low. He had very average strength compared to a few of the other players that I've reviewed, and he felt like he had more. I don't know if that's his height correlation with his strength. Obviously, 6'1's a very big player, and the physical aspect of him was actually really, really nice. So I kind of go against the actual stat and think that he's very good with his physical size of him. Then we go on to the dribbling. 84, could do with a little bit of work. Again, a pace dribbling chem star would be lovely for him, but he does have 90 ball control, 85 dribbling and 88 composure. The rest are a little bit lower for my liking, but I think overall this card has some stats that were really nice together. Obviously, I don't think he's going to get in your FUT Champs teams. Maybe rivals, but again, I can probably think of more cams for the price you're paying. But if you're going for an all-out inform team, or you're going for a budget inform team, I think he's definitely there. And obviously it would be BPL. I don't know many Icelandic players. Again, you all absolutely wowed me when I did the Future Star, but I've just managed to have a look, and realistically there's only one other player that you possibly could put in your team, and it's a second inform Finnebogason. God, I'm butchering names, but I believe he's in the Bundesliga, which he is, and he plays for FC Augsburg. So that's another Icelandic player you could link, but then that's really it for the players that would actually make an informed team. The rest are pretty much silvers, and you've got a couple of non-rare golds there. So linkable kind of factor on him isn't the greatest in the world, but if you're looking for a BPL team with an inform, definitely a man to try out. I loved his first inform card, and I'm just in love again with this second inform. Maybe we can see a team of the season, which it could be hitting the 90s. Now that would be a card that would make a FUT Champs team. So I'm going to give him an overall of a pure 8. I think he is fantastic. Obviously, it's an 8 in regards to 86, 87s. He's not quite up there with the 89s plus, but for a budget inform, for the price he is, to be honest, I think 86s are now going up in informed prices, so that's relatively decent. If he could drop to about 50k, I think you've got yourself a bargain, and I think he's well worth the coin. So let me know down below, have you used him? Did you like Sigurdsson just as much as I did over the FIFAs? I've always thought he was fantastic, always a good on the ball, and very, very what's it called? I'm trying to think of the word. Very, very when you're always the same, consistent. That's the word I'm looking for. Very consistent with his cards. So let me know down below what you think. Make sure you like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you all again next time. Peace.